discombobulating for them, for me. I thought they probably handled it better than I did at times. I didn't think that we were always in a great rhythm, some of which was because Green Bay did a great job, partly was because we were just out of sync at times. But I thought our guys were trying to hang in there, trying to get back in a groove, and at times we did, and at times we didn't. But you can for sure see when we're not in sync.
Could you have played Wilson?
I don't know. I mean, he could have been out there, but I don't know if that's best relative to getting past the injury sooner. Good. Any more questions?
Coach, 5 guys scored in double digits, 22 assists on 32 made field goals. Gotta be happy about that.
Yeah, because I didn't, some guys are playing out of position. The guys that typically play the most number of minutes together, you're just off a half a step, off a half a second. And but that speaks to our guys trying to do right. It just didn't always look pretty.
What did you think of Brown or something?
I think he's good. I know he's on some NBA draft boards. I didn't remember him. Somebody had called me in the fall and asked about him, and I didn't remember him. And then I watched our game, obviously in preparation for this one. I think he has a good skill set. I think he'll be able to help them, for sure. He helped them greatly tonight.
Devontae's 30 minutes, is that kind of what you had?
No, I don't think so. He doesn't need to play that much. But I thought I was encouraged by his energy and his effort. I don't know that I did a great job of. I probably did okay in the first half for the most part, but you need to sub Devontae on the last dead ball prior to immediate timeout so that he can drink water and breathe up until the media timeout, drink water and breathe during the media timeout, and then sub him in after the first dead ball past the media timeout. And so in time, that's probably about the amount of rest that he needs, and you don't lose as much with him in a game. And I think I did that okay in the first half and somewhat in the second half, and then it kind of got away from me a little bit. But his numbers should be based on that, minute numbers, I think. Sometimes that'll be 30, but sometimes depending upon when the media's come relative to dead balls, it may be a little less.
Jay played 31 tonight, Devontae 30. How will the rotation at the 4 and 5 spot shape up once Jamil gets back and healthy?
Well, you have 80 minutes amongst 4 guys, and tonight we had 80 minutes amongst 3 guys, and that's awful thin. So it hearkened me back to my previous 3 years here of playing 8 guys. I just didn't handle it great all the time.
So will Jamil see some time at the 4 spot then?
Yeah, that's where he played 18 minutes tonight. So Jay had 31, Devontae had 30, so that's 61, and Melo had 18, so that's 79, and we played with Vander I put Vander in at the 5:31 mark of the second half, because I don't know that I think Jay had only been out 1 time up until that point. So I was trying to see if we could steal 6 possessions until the next media timeout and put Jay back in. And then I got a little gunshot there at the end and took Van, DJ, and Jay out, just so that we could still have 5 guys hopefully tomorrow when we wake up.
Safe to say Van's playing with about as much confidence as you've seen.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's always been a good player. True, as I tell our guys all the time, true confidence can only come from your work. Not from a Twitter, not from a blogger, not from me going, "Rah, you're really good." True confidence can only come from your work, and I believe that in your profession, mine, theirs, and I think that he has been very accountable for his work since our game against North Carolina.
Did you like that tone you said early on? Got them to turn it over.
Yeah, and I think though, in some respects, I really liked it because we were we were turning them over. I thought the pace was good. I thought our energy level was good. I probably should have stopped at 3 or 4 possessions before I did, because we were burning out, and that's when our rotations got out of whack there in that 2.5 minute time period in the first half. Probably should have used a timeout. Was wanting to use the timeout at the end of the first half, hold it for the last shot. I don't know that was the smartest thing to do, but we're playing full court, and I think we had forced 9 turnovers, and then they scored 2 or 3 points off 1 pass or less because we were still in full court. Probably should have pulled it back to half court the last 5 or 6 minutes. Probably stayed with it a little too long. But I think that 13 turnovers in the first half, 12 turnovers in the second half, that's good defensively.
Coach, how important was Vander's performance for your team, especially on a night where DJ just couldn't seem to get the ball in the hoop?
Yeah, I think those guys are becoming very reliable. I think the thing that we need from Van, even more so now, considering our roster, we need Van to have more of a presence on the glass on both ends of the floor, not just defensively. If we could, it's a philosophical deal, but if we could get 6 or 8 points on putbacks, that'd really help us from a possession standpoint offensively, but it really helps us from a defensive standpoint because now the opponent is playing against a set defense. And Vander has the explosiveness and the ability to go get it, but that's a lot of stuff on Van. Hey, Van, we want you to be really good in literally every single phase. But he's got to have that presence. I think he had 9 rebounds last Saturday. I can't remember how many he had on Tuesday. But so he has 7 tonight. We needed all those 7 defensively, but he had 0 offensively. And we need him to get 2, 3, and then we need him to finish it. And the thing is, because he's a perimeter player, if he'll get an offensive rebound, a lot of the times, if he doesn't finish it, they're going to foul him. So now all of a sudden, we get a free throw make, and they're still playing against a set defense. You can't play 30 minutes and get 0 offensive rebounds. As good as you're doing and everything else, man, we applaud you, but we really need you to help us in that. So